So friends, this question from AI 2025 quiz 2 question paper. So traveling salesman problem and BNB friends. This question is related to BNB, branch and bond. So here in the question, the distance matrix for 5 cities A to E and the sorted edge list is provided below. This is the sorted edge list. For each city, the distance to other cities are listed in the ascending order is provided. So that is edge list from A to D, A to E, A to B and A to C, distances from A to D, E, B, C. So this is the ascending order list. See, both are, this table distance matrix is also in ascending order. This list is also in ascending order. In one row, the distance from A to D is 50 and distance from A to E is 76, A to B is 88, A to C is 92 and so on. For every city to every other city, the distances are given in this distance matrix. And a segment is the two-way edge between two cities. For example, so if there is a segment between A and B, that is there is an edge between two cities, it is two-way. That is you can go from A to B and B to A also, both the directions, bidirectional. After adding or dropping a permanent segment, infer as many new permanent segments as possible to compute the lower bound. Run the TSP Branchadbound to find the optimal tour. So the main question is they are asking to find the optimal tour. First we want to find the lower bound. Given 5 cities are A, B, C, D and E. Okay. First we have to find the lower bound. So lower bound is LB. So how to find the lower bound? So from the in this distance matrix, so for the city A, find the lowest distance from A to D, E, B, C. So in the given question, these are all are in ascending order. So that is first to two columns. You have to add all the first to two columns, friends. So for A, node A, that is AD plus AE and the distances are 50 plus 76, that is 126. And next city is B. From B, the lowest distances, two lowest distances, first lowest distance and second lowest distance, these two, because these are in ascending order. So that is BD plus BC. So that is 40 plus 80, 120. Second smallest edge and the first smallest edge in the distance matrix from the every city. Next city from city B. So CB plus CA, that equals to 80 plus 92. So 172. So next one is from city D, DB plus DA, 40 plus 50, that is 90. So next from city E, so EA plus EC, that is 76 plus 100, 176. 8. Okay. So this is not the lower bound, friends. So that is lower bound equals to 684 by 2, that is 342. This is the answer for the first question. This is the lower bound. Why we are dividing by 2 means, so in the tour, for example, this is a tour A, B, C, D and E. in the tour. So there are 5 cities A, B, C, D and E, and every city is connected by 2 edges only. 2 edges and 2 nodes. So A has only 2 edges, right? AB and AE, and it is connected to A is connected to only 2 nodes B and E. Because of that, to avoid the duplicates and unique edges we divided by 2. So what is the lower bound on the cost of the tour as per the TSP Branchadbound algorithm discussed in the class? This is 684 by 2, right? 684 by 2, so that is 342. So this one answer is correct. And the next question is, what is the first segment? So first segment means first edge is selected by refining S0. So what is the edge first selected from the distance matrix, and it is represented with xy, which is S0. Both are similar, friends. So you have to find this one. What is the first segment you are selected from the distance matrix? Every edge, that is distance from that node to next node. So it is in ascending order. So first you have to select the least distance edge. So this is the least distance, right? BD. So BD has the least distance, which is 40. Node B and D. This is the first distance. So this is the first edge, and the distance is from B to D is 40. Why we are selecting? Because this is the lowest from the distance matrix. Okay. Next you have to select the next to connect BD. You can check, is it possible to connect to previous edge. Why? Because it is the lowest distance, right? So this is the second one. First one is the lowest distance. You have to select the lowest distance. So check. So next smallest edge is AD and distance is 50. So that is AD and distance is 50. Is it possible to connect this edge BD? Yes, we can connect. How? Because every city has connected to 2 nodes, right? Already it is connected to one node B. So D can connect to A. Is possible. So that is possible. D is connected to 2 nodes B and D, and the distance is 50. Okay. So next third point is, next check the next edge. So AD is also connected. Next, is it possible to connect AE with 76? So AE with distance 76. Is it possible to connect? Yes, we can connect, right? Yes. Why? Yes, because A has only one edge and one node is connected. Node A has another edge E is possible to connect. So you represented with different color. Okay. Yes, is it possible with distance is 76. So okay. Next, is it possible to connect BC 80? So BC, fourth one is BC is 80. Is it possible? Yes, right? Yes. This is also lowest distance. So B has only one edge. Another edge is also possible. So connect C with distance 80. Okay. Next, fifth, we have to select fifth node. Is it possible to connect AB with 88? So actually there are how many nodes? how many nodes? 5 nodes, right? A, B, C, D, E. So all are connected, right? A is connected, B is connected, C is connected, D is connected, E is connected. So it is a complete tour. We have to form a tour. This is the connection, right? So you have to connect these two. So next one is, we will check one by one. So AB is possible to connect 88. AB is 88. Is it possible to connect? So if we connect AB, is this a complete tour? It's not a tour, right? So if the tour represents with all the nodes. So only here, if we form AB, only 3 nodes are there. 3 nodes. 3 cities are there. It's not a tour. So it's not possible to connect AB. AB is not possible. Next, is it possible to AC? Same. If we connect AC, only 4 cities are there. Not possible. Is it possible to connect CD? If we connect CD like this is also not possible. So DE is also not possible. CE is possible, right? Sorry. So CE is possible. CE is 100. CE is possible. To cities. So cities are A, B, C, D, E. First we are selected BD. This is the permanent node. So what are the permanently included branches? PA means permanently included branches. So this is important. First one, BD is permanently included edge. So why? It has a smallest distance 40. Next one is DA is permanently included edge. This is also has a smallest tours. If we change C and E, so that is B, D, A, these are permanent edges. CE is also permanent edge. CE is also permanent edge. If we change EC, this is also permanent edge. So 2 tours are possible. So this is tour 1, this is tour 2. So write all the combinations. There are how many cities? A, B, C, D, E. Start from B, because BD smallest distance, right? So B, from B to A, B to C, B to D, and B to E. Next BD, right? D. BD is already there, right? BD is there. So except BD, BC, DE, DC, DA, DA, DC, DE. So next D is completed A. A, B, C, D, E. From BA is there, so B cancelled, and DA is there, D cancelled. Next A to C, A to E only, A to C, A to E. So next one is A is completed. Next is C. D is completed. DC, AC is there, A is completed. So we no need to check AC, CA, both are same, right? That's why we are eliminating. So AC here is there, we cannot write CA. That's why we are eliminating some edges. Remove duplicates is there. So only CA. We have to check these edges in the 2 tours, which are permanently included, which are permanently excluded. One is BA. So in the 2 tours, so BA, if we join B to A, it becomes loop here also. So no BA, permanently excluded. So BA is permanently excluded. BC is also here, right? Loop. It is not possible in tour 2. So here is possible, right? So BC is not permanently excluded, not permanently included. because this is an edge in tour 1. So but it is not edge in tour 2. Tour 1 it's not an edge, tour 2 it is an edge. So okay, BC is an edge. So next one, BD. BD is permanently included. First we are selected this edge, right, smallest distance, because so BD is permanently included edge. So next one is BE. So BE is possible, it is an edge in tour 1. So BE is possible edge. So DA also permanently included because this is the second smallest edge in both the tours. So DA, this is the permanently included edge. Next DC. DC is not possible in tour 2. Here also not possible. So permanently exclude. So DE also both the tours is not possible. So permanently exclude. So next AC. AC is possible, right, in tour 1. AE also possible in tour 2. And CE is the permanently included edge. So in both the tours these 3 edges are common, right? So in both the tours which are common? BD is common. BD is distance of 40 and DA of distance 50 and CE are red. These 3 are common and these are permanently included edges in the tour. So what is the first segment XY selected for refining X0? So S0 is X0, which is BD, right? We are selecting the first edge BD with distance 40. Answer is BD or DB. You can select anyone. Okay, answer cost of the node X. Node exclude XY. That is exclude BD. So don't include. So exclude this segment. What is the cost of this segment XY? That is they are asking the lower bound without including BD. Lower bound is, so that is first distance AD 50 plus AE 76. So this is common, AD plus AE, that is 126 because smallest to 2 edges, right? So next BD, we do not add this one, BD is not allowed. Next add BC and BA, 80 plus 88. So that is 80 plus 88. So next for C, BC, BA, this is common, this is same. This purple color are same. That is 80 plus 92, 172 plus 172 plus from D, BD is not added, right? So DA plus DC, 50 plus 96, 50 plus 96. So next E is also common, 176, this value 176 plus. So if we add all the things, the value is 788 by 2, that is 394. This is the lower bound without including. The answer is lower bound 394, right? So for this question the answer is 394. Is the cost of the node S0, which is XY. S0 both are same, right? UV comma PQ. What is the cost of the node? That is the cost of the tour. So the cost of the tour 2. So BD. So after DA, right? This one is 50, this one is 40. And next CE 100 This one 76. This one is, I cannot remember. Oh, 76. Okay, 80. So that is 80. And the total cost is 40 plus 50, 90. 90 plus 80, 170 plus 100, 270 plus 76, 346 is the cost, friends. Cost is 346. So this answer is correct. So how many tours are represented by node? These permanently included edges. How many tours are represented by? These are two tours, right? Change these two positions C and E, because BD is permanent, because BD are lowest distances. BD and DA are lowest. We cannot change these two. So you can possible to change EC. That's why we are changing this EC 100. So this is another tour, right? Tour 2. This is a tour 1. Okay, 2 tours are possible for this question. Like my video content, and please like and subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching and share with your friends.